When I was in 8th grade, my stomach started getting bigger and bigger all of a sudden, and that's when we first realized that there was a serious problem. And about a month after that, I was diagnosed with a really rare form of ovarian cancer. And so I had surgery to remove a large tumor from my stomach, and then the weeks following, I had to undergo round after round of chemotherapy until I did it for about 3 months that summer, and then just kept getting test after test and CAT scan until I was clear. And so that was good news, and everything was fine for about another year and a half. In 8th grade, first day of school, I came with no hair. I had no hair. I was wearing my wig, and I didn't have any eyebrows, any eyelashes, and I don't think half of the school recognized who I was. I looked so different. I mean, I didn't even recognize me when I looked in the mirror, but a few months later, my hair started growing, and I'll never forget the day that I was in PE, and I was wearing this long wig, and it was so hot and sweaty, and I was just sick of it. And I was in the locker room surrounded by all my friends, and they're just like, "Tori, take it off, take it off. We want to see your real hair." So I just ripped off my wig, and my hair is about 1 inch long, and it was just like little curls. And I don't know, my PE coach came running up to me, and all my friends and teachers were, said all day long, "Oh my gosh, your hair looks so great." And I never put another wig on after that, because they just made me, I never had a time where I felt, insecure around anybody. I mean, everybody was so just always there for me. And I don't know, it just makes you realize how many people love you when you go through something like that. A year and a half ago, I had to go in for another surgery because a CAT scan revealed something new was growing, and I ended up having a hysterectomy. And I think that was the hardest thing of all, because the first time I was diagnosed, I think I was in denial about the whole thing, and I was still in middle school, and I had all my friends around me. But once you get to high school, there's so much pressure on you, and realizing that I wasn't going to be able to have my own children, that was sort of hard for me to accept. But I realized that it was something that they had to do to keep me alive and healthy. So now I've sort of moved on, and I'm happy with it. I mean, I'll be able to adopt someday, so that makes me excited. I am really, really involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm a lead ambassador for them right now because I was fortunate enough to have my wish granted 2 years ago, which was to meet the U.S. Women's National Soccer team. So I got to spend an entire day with them, which was amazing. So now about 2-3 times a month, I go out and I speak on behalf of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I do fundraisers all the time. And I speak to large groups, small groups. I take part in relays and festivals. Every year I do the Relay for Life down at El Moro, which, you walk 24 hours to raise money for cancer. And I try and do as much as I can, because I know how much the Make-A-Wish Foundation gave to me. And when you see all those, sick little kids out there with no hair and just big smiles on their faces, because, you know that how much Make-A-Wish is doing for them. It's just, it's such an amazing feeling. I absolutely loved it. And I'm so thankful that I mean, it sounds weird, but in a way, I feel so blessed to have gone through all this, because I never would have found the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I never would have gotten to have a lot of the experiences that I've had. My parents and my doctors have always said to me when I was in the hospital, and still today, they always say to me, "Tori, we never see you when you aren't smiling. I mean, how did you go through all of this? Losing your hair, going through all these surgeries, you have big scars. How do you, manage to keep smiling?" And I don't know. I mean, I consider myself a very, very optimistic person. I just, throughout this whole, year's experience, I've just sort of taken things as they've come, and I've realized, you know, yeah, this will be difficult for a while, but you know, you can always get through it. And I think it makes it so much easier on the people around you and on yourself if you just choose to go through it with a positive attitude. You can choose to, you know, do it with a negative attitude, but that's not really going to help anybody. So I just sort of figured that out when I was in 8th grade, that if you keep, you know, smiling, then other people around you are going to do the same thing, and it'll all turn out better in the end.